Hello and welcome to our course on Scrum Study Agile Master Certified. In this module, I will introduce you to Dynamic Systems Development Methods, or DSDM. The Dynamic Systems Development Method is a popular Agile method. Introduced in 1994 as a possible solution to the Unstructured Rapid Application Development, or RAD method, DSDM closely follows the Iterative and Incremental approach, which is the hallmark of Agile methodology. Unlike traditional waterfall techniques, DSDM's approach to managing the project fixes time, cost, and quality at the end of the foundation phase, while contingency is managed by varying the features or requirements to be delivered. As and when contingency is required, the business roles identify the least valuable of the remaining requirements. These are then dropped or deferred in order to keep the project on track. First, we shall learn about core values. DSDM endorses 8 core values or principles. First core value is focus on the business need. Every decision taken during the project should be viewed in the light of the overriding project goal to deliver what the business needs to be delivered when it needs to be delivered. Second core value is deliver on time. Delivering a solution on time is a very desirable outcome for a project and is quite often the single most important success factor. Later delivery can often undermine the very rationale for a project, especially where market opportunities or legal deadlines are involved. Collaborate is the third principle. Teams that work in a spirit of active cooperation and commitment will always outperform groups of individuals working only in loose association. Next core value we will discuss is never compromise quality. In DSDM, the level of quality to be delivered should be agreed at the start. All work should be aimed at achieving that level of quality, no more and no less. A solution has to be good enough. If the business agrees that the features in the minimum usable subset meet the agreed acceptance criteria, then the solution should be good enough to use effectively. Fifth core value is build incrementally from firm foundations. DSDM advocates first understanding the scope of the business problem to be solved and the proposed solution, but not in such detail that the project becomes paralyzed by overly detailed analysis of requirements. Once firm foundations for the development have been established, DSDM advocates incremental delivery of the solution in order to deliver real business benefit as early as is practical. Sixth core value is develop iteratively. DSDM uses a combination of iterative development, frequent demonstrations, and comprehensive review to encourage timely feedback. Embracing change as part of this evolutionary process allows the team to converge on an accurate business solution. It is very rare that anything is created perfectly first time, and it is important to recognize that projects operate within a changing world. Communicate continuously and clearly is the next principle. Poor communication is often cited as the biggest single cause of project failure. DSDM practices are specifically designed to improve communication effectiveness for both teams and individuals. The last core value is demonstrate control. It is essential to be in control of a project and the solution being created at all times and to be able to demonstrate that this is the case. High-level plans, designs, and standards outline the fundamentals of what needs to be achieved, how, by when, etc. It is also vital to ensure transparency of all work being performed by the team. Next, we will learn about the roles of DSDM in a successful project. First role of DSDM is business sponsor. This role is the most senior project-level role. The business sponsor is the project champion who is specifically responsible for the business case and the project budget throughout. Business visionary is the next role. This is senior project-level business role that should be held by a single individual, since a project needs a single clear vision to avoid confusion and misdirection. More actively involved than the business sponsor, the business visionary is responsible for interpreting the needs of the business sponsor, communicating these to the team, and, where appropriate, ensuring that they are properly represented in the business case. Business visionary ensures that the solution delivered will enable the benefits described in the business case to be achieved. Technical coordinator is the third role. The technical coordinator ensures that the solution or technical roles work in a consistent way, that the project is technically coherent and meets the desired technical standards. The fourth role is project manager. As well as providing high-level, Agile-style leadership to the solution development team, the role is focused on managing the working environment in which the solution is evolving. It is usual that the project manager takes responsibility for the project throughout its duration. Business analyst is the next role. The business analyst facilitates the relationship between the business and technical roles, ensuring accurate and appropriate decisions are made on the evolving solution on a day-to-day basis. The business analyst ensures that the business needs are properly analyzed and understood by all members of the solution development team. The sixth role is team leader. The team leader ideally acts as the servant leader for the solution development team and ensures that it functions as a whole and meets its objectives. The team leader works with the team to plan and coordinate all aspects of project delivery at a detailed level. Business ambassador is the next role we will discuss. Once the requirements have been agreed and baselined, the business ambassador then provides day-to-day detail of the requirements during time-boxed development. The next role, solution developer. The solution developer collaborates with the other solution development team roles to interpret business requirements and translate them into a solution increment that meets functional and non-functional needs of the business as a whole. The ninth role we would discuss, solution tester. The solution tester is an empowered solution development team role, fully integrated with the team and performing testing throughout the project in accordance with the agreed strategy. Business advisor is the next role to discuss. Often a peer of business ambassador, the business advisor is called upon to provide specific and often specialist input to solution development or solution testing a business subject matter expert. The 11th role to take up is technical advisor. The technical advisor supports the team by providing specific and often specialist technical input to the project, often from the perspective of those responsible for operational change management, operational support, ongoing maintenance of the solution, etc. Workshop facilitator is the next role. The role is responsible for planning, organizing, and facilitating workshops to ensure that a group of people collaborates to meet a predetermined objective in a compressed time frame. The last role in this segment is DSDM coach. Where a team has limited experience of using DSDM, the role of the DSDM coach is key to helping team members to get the most out of the approach within the context and constraints of the wider organization in which they work. The final segment in DSDM are practices. The DSDM approach to development and delivery is both iterative and incremental, with the most important business needs typically being addressed early, while less important features are delivered later. In the last segment, we will discuss about the 6 phases in a DSDM project. The first phase to discuss is pre-project. Major output is preparing the terms of reference. This is a high-level definition of the overarching business driver for and top-level objectives of the project. The primary aim is to scope and justify the feasibility phase. Feasibility is the next phase. This phase is intended primarily to establish whether the proposed project is likely to be feasible. Foundations is the third phase. The aim of the foundations is to understand the scope of work and, in broad terms, how it will be carried out, by whom, when, and where. The fourth phase is evolutionary development. The phase requires the solution development team or teams to apply practices such as iterative development, time boxing, and Moscow prioritization, together with modeling and facilitated workshops. Deployment is the fifth phase we will discuss. The objective of the phase is to bring a baseline of the evolving solution into operational use. The release that is deployed may be the ultimate solution or a subset of the ultimate solution. After the last release, the project is formally closed. The project review report is typically a single document that is updated incrementally at the end of each project increment. The sixth and last phase is post-project. After the final deployment for a project, the post-project phase checks how well the expected business benefits have been met. That brings us to the end of this module. In the next module, we will discuss another Agile framework, Crystal. Thank you for learning with us.